Good morning, my dear students. Hope all of you are enjoying my class. And today I'll discuss the symbols of elements. Here it is written. Now, in our daily life, we use different abbreviations like PIN, PIN. So this is one abbreviation and its full name is postal index number. Sometimes we are using LPG. Already you read in the previous chapter that liquefied petroleum gas. So by using these symbols we are saving our times as well as labor. In the same way, symbols have been used to represent the full names of the different elements. One symbol will represent only one kind of element. So a symbol is defined as an abbreviation or shorthand sign for the full name of an element. In early days, the alchemist attempted to produce gold from different base metals. They use symbols for their substances to keep their work as secret. And that times they are using this sign for gold. So when they are drawing this sign, that means they are thinking or writing about golds. And when they are using this sign, this one is called silver. Okay. Later, John Dalton also used this type of symbols like that alchemists. Okay. And John Dalton used this one for oxygen. And he used this one, that is shaded circle. It is indicating carbon. Okay. But later, in the year 1815, John Jacob Berzelius, a Swedish chemist who used letters as symbols for elements for the first time. In most cases, he suggested to use the first letter of the name of the element, okay, as its symbol. Generally, he used the English name, okay, and the first letter is taken as the symbol of that particular element, okay, like H is representing hydrogen. So the first letter only we have taken and we are writing it a capital letter. Next, when we are writing N, this is called nitrogen. Nitrogen. And when they are writing O, that is oxygen. Okay. In this way, when they are writing B, that means boron. When they are writing F, that means fluorine. When they are writing I, that means iodine. Okay, so here only the first letter taken. When they are writing P, that means phosphorus. Okay. When they are writing C, that is for carbon. When they are writing U, that is for uranium. And V is used for vanadium. So these are the indicating, okay, these letters are indicating the symbols of a particular element. So suppose when you are writing B, that means it is only indicating boron. When you are writing O, that means it is indicating oxygen. Only one atom, that is also important. Okay, but there are number of elements where names begins with the same letter. I can give you example like chlorine, chromium, and cobalt. So in this case, if we write only C, that will represent carbon. Hope you can understand. So in this case, what Berzelius choose that in this case the first letter you have to choose and then one prominent letter, okay, of their English name, okay, are taken for representing the symbol of an element. So in chlorine we are taking that C and L. So first letter is the capital and second letter is the small. That you have to remember. Okay. Now in case of chromium, Cr, and in case of cobalt we are representing as CO. But don't write like this CO. It will represent carbon monoxide molecule. Here this one is capital C and small o. This is representing the cobalt. Hope you can understand. So other examples we can give like bromine Br, arsenic S, platinum Pt, germanium G, helium He, neon Ne, okay, krypton Kr, radium Ra, but radon, okay, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, these are the noble gases. In case of radon, that will be Rn, okay. So now to remember these symbols, okay, you know that 118 elements are there. So I suggest you to purchase one new modern periodic table from any paper shop or exercise book shop, okay. So there you will get all the names, full names and the symbols, okay, of that 118 elements. I also suggest you to paste this periodic table on the wall of your study room, and every day morning just revise these symbols, okay, when you have enough time. And actually we are all, okay, and all the substance around us, okay, in this world are made up with these only 118 elements. So I think that these 118 elements are real gods of chemistry, and without their presence we cannot exist in this universe. So whatever food we are taking, it may be veg or non-veg, okay, so they are also made up of only elements, okay. So these symbols, that different types of elements are very much important, okay, in your chemistry study. So if you do not able to remember the symbol, then you will not able to remember the formula, then you cannot write the chemical reactions. So please try to remember the symbols, okay. Now in your level you cannot remember all, so I will suggest you to remember the at least first try to that first, second, third and fourth row of the periodic table, or up to 40 you try to remember, and next we will tell which are more important, that symbols also you have to remember. Hope you can understand. Now the symbols also represents an atom of a particular element only. Like hydrogen represents only one hydrogen atom, oxygen represents only one oxygen atom, and some symbols have been taken from the names of the elements in the Latin or German or Greek names, okay. Generally whatever we are writing here, these symbols are taken from their English name, okay, but there are some symbols which are taken from their not from their English name, we are taking from their Latin name, Greek name, German name, like this, okay. One example I can give you, that sodium, okay, Here if we write S, that will indicate sulfur. So actually its symbol is Na. So this Na is taken from one Latin name that is called natrium. Natrium. So from this Latin name, that first two letter we have taken, okay, that is the natrium. Silver we can tell, silver is generally represented as, its symbol will be Ag, and it is also taken from the Latin name that is called argentum. So here we have taken A and G. Next we can tell that one German name taken for tungsten, that is in our bulb there is filament. Filament is made of what? Tungsten. And tungsten, its formula is W. Okay, actually it is taken from one German name. That German name is Wolfram. Wolfram. So from here we have just taken only the W. Like gold is aurum. Okay, Latin name is aurum, and here the symbol of gold is Au. Mercury is hydrargyrum, and its symbol will be Hg. Iron will be ferrum, its symbol will be Fe. Now the one what I will tell, that one committee, okay, that is the IUPAC committee, okay, that is full name is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, approves the name of the elements, whatever compound it may be, organic, inorganic, symbol, new discovered symbol elements, okay, that symbols, okay, they are that name is given by IUPAC, only one name, and whole world can easily recognize this particular compound or element, okay, or molecule. Hope you can understand. Like recently we can tell that four new elements discovered. One is nihonium, its atomic number is 113, its symbol is NH. Moscovium 115, that is MC. Tennessine, its atomic number is 117, its symbol will be TS. And the last element in the periodic table, that is having the atomic number 118, that is oganesson, that is represented by the symbol Og. Okay, so these are recommended by IUPAC, International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. Now I will give you some activity that write the names and symbols of the first 20 elements that already you have studied in class 6, okay, or you can write that first 30 elements, okay. So hope you can understand. So you practice this symbol in your home, okay, and you can choose any one name, and from there also you can find out the symbol. Suppose all of you know the Sachin Tendulkar. Sachin Tendulkar is a great cricketer, okay, you can write Sachin. So from here you check how many elements are present. So S is there, S is indicating sulfur. Next A is not representing any symbol, okay, but H is there, H is representing hydrogen. Hope you can understand. Next we can tell that C is there, C is indicating carbon, I is indicating iodine, N is indicating nitrogen. Then you take 2 like N and A, that is indicating sodium. And if you take IN, that will be indium. Then you can take that AC is actinium. Okay, so in this way you can find out the different elements. Sc is there, Sc is scandium. In this way you will learn, okay. You choose your relative's name like your brother, sister, father, mother. The only you take the first word and check how many types of elements are present. Okay, to the particular letter. Suppose here in Sachin name, sulfur, hydrogen, carbon, iodine, nitrogen, sodium, indium, actinium, scandium, many things are there. Okay. Next we will discuss compounds. Now, what is compound? Compound is a pure substance formed by chemical combination of two or more elements in a fixed ratio by mass. These compounds can be broken down into simpler substances by only chemical means. We can think about H2O. H2O is water. This is a compound. And water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. Okay. Now, if you break down this water by electrolysis of acidic water, you will get hydrogen and oxygen. Oxygen you will get at the anode and hydrogen you will get at the cathode. Okay. So in this way, by chemical means, you can separate the elements of the compounds. Now, properties of all compounds will vary from compound to compounds, and the smallest unit of a compound is called molecule, like water molecule, like sugar molecule, like glucose molecule, etc. etc. Now, what are the characteristics of this type of compounds? The properties of compounds are entirely different from those of its constituent elements. You can think about the sugar molecule. Sugar molecule formula is C12H22 and O11. You can think about that glucose molecule C6H12O6. Now here, both these compounds, that sugar and glucose, having the sweet taste. Okay, if you eat it, you will get some sweet taste. But carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, they are not sweet in taste. Okay, so that means you can understand that properties of compounds are entirely different from those of these constituent elements. Okay, and these compounds are solid. Sucrose, that means sugar, solid. Glucose is also solid. But you know that hydrogen, oxygen is gas. So definitely their properties are different. Compounds can be broken down into the constituent elements only by chemical means, not by physical means. Hope you can understand. Compounds have a fixed composition of their own. Okay, like in water, only the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen mass, okay, that will be the 1:8. Okay, or you can think about whatever way you are preparing water, okay, or collecting water, all time you will get that in one water molecule there will be 2 hydrogen atom and 1 oxygen atom. Next, energy. Energy is either absorbed or released, okay, during the formation of a particular compound. Okay, actually here bond is forming or bond is breaking during formation of a compound. Okay, so when we want to break a bond, then energy is required, and when bond is formed, energy is released. And bond is the attraction between the two atoms. It is an attractive force. Okay, and a compound is represented by a definite chemical formula. Next, you have to know the formula. Like already I have written here, and the type of elements. Suppose if I write that glucose, this is a compound, and what will be the formula of glucose? C6H12O6, and the type of elements present are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Okay, we can tell about that baking soda. Baking soda is common name, and its chemical name is sodium bicarbonate. Sodium hydrogen carbonate. Now what is formula? Formula will be NaCO3, and in this case there is sodium, hydrogen, carbon and oxygen. 4 type of elements are present. So in this way, common salt, its formula will be NaCl. Okay, and the type of constituent will be sodium and chlorine. You can think about carbon dioxide molecule. You can think about the carbon dioxide molecule. In carbon dioxide molecule there is only carbon atom and oxygen atom. Okay. So in this way you have to study the formula of a compound. Okay. And I will give you a list of different types of compounds. Okay, that is important for your exam, and you have to also remember the or identify the type of elements present in that particular compound. So today we have completed up to the compound. Okay, and next day we'll start the mixtures. So today up to this, thank you.